welcome back to the vlog. As you'll have seen, I've done my morning journal outside, had a hair mask in, just washed it out. We're feeling kind of clean. I realise I've left some mascara on. Ever since I've started wearing brown mascara, I found that I'm worse at getting all of it off my eyes because it kind of blends into my normal lashes. So I need to get better at that and keep going even when I feel like I've got everything off. But today we've got a working from home day. We've got to do a podcast recording at 1. Which is absolutely fine. We're doing a podcast with Hannah Cade and she's coming on to talk about endometriosis. Kind of in good stead actually, and good timing, because I've got my surgery next week and she's going to be talking about her surgeries. She's had multiple, and talking a little bit, yeah, about that sort of diagnosis process, the mental and physical tolls and symptoms of having endometriosis and all that sort of stuff. So if you also have endometriosis, potentially like me, obviously can't tell definitely yet until I've had my surgery, then you might want to check into that episode, which will be up next Monday at 6 AM. It's going to be a good one. She's got so much insight. She shared so many amazing helpful tips with me so far, with my first one coming up next week, so I feel like it's going to be a super helpful episode. I'm now going to take this off because I feel like it's annoying to look at for you guys. I've also got a flat inspection tomorrow, so I want to make sure everything is all in the best way, shape and form as possible. As you can imagine, we rent this place, so we don't want them to kick us out. Not that there's anything kick out worthy, it's just a bit untidy. I'm gonna use this, I'm almost out. Oh, that's what I was gonna recommend. This is just absolutely incredible. So this is the Palmer's Coconut Leave-In Length Retention Leave-In Conditioner. It's absolutely incredible. It makes your hair feel so soft. Aiden's just tried it as well. He loves it too. Also, I'm using the Palmer's shampoo and conditioner. I don't know if they do multiple. I think it's the repair one. It's kind of got like green on, but it's really, really good. I'm also out of this. I've got like a lot of product empties at the moment, so it's good because then I can show you what I'm actually loving and getting through. This is just a classic, the Garnier Micellar Hyaluronic Aloe Water. Everyone who wears makeup has probably tried out one of their micellar waters at some point. But I really like this one because it's for dehydrated sensitive skin, which is literally my skin summed up. I currently have some. I don't usually like having disposable cotton pads, but I had some. I can't remember why I had to get them. I was somewhere and I can't remember why, but I had to get them, so I'm having to use them up. But I obviously usually just use my reusable ones. Oh, I think I know why. I had to get them for removing nail polish, because with reusable ones you can't remove nail polish and then wash them because it's obviously got all of the chemicals from the acetone on, so that's why I had to buy them. I was really confused and I was like, why have I done that? Is my lip progressing? Kind of, maybe. It's so sore. I'm just going to put my favourite moisturiser on. It's bougie, but it does the job. The Moisture Surge by Clinique. Oh, it's such a dream. Even I love putting it on just before I put my makeup on because I feel like it just makes everything glide on really perfectly. It feels so nice to be clean. Hello, hello, hello.
What are you most proud of about yourself?
I'm having some issues with the platform I usually record podcasts on. I've literally not had issues with it ever, so I don't know what's going on. I'm just fingers crossed hoping that what I've done this time, Hannah will be able to join and we can get started. We've been trying to record this episode for ages. I swear things like this always happen whenever I've not got a podcast episode ready for the next week. This is why I always have to bulk film like a month in advance, because shit like this happens and then I'm stressed. Oh, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It must have just been like something to do with it being on a phone or something. I'm not really sure. We can stop at any point if you're like, oh, actually, wait, I don't want to put that on the internet. Just say it out loud, because when I'm editing, I'll just be like, cut. Okay, perfect. Shall I start recording now?
Yeah. I'm Hannah, I'm 28 years old. I've got a background in PR and marketing, but I currently can't work because of what we're going to discuss. So at the moment I'm doing a bit of content creation, which started out as a hobby, and now I get it's become more of an income, which is amazing. But yeah, because of the symptoms that I experience on a daily basis, I can't work in an office or work like a regular 9 to 5 job. So
for those people that are listening that maybe don't know what endometriosis is, or they maybe think that they have endometriosis, for example, could we maybe like share a bit of like a dummy's guide to endometriosis maybe?
Yeah, sure. So I didn't know what it was until literally people on the internet told me. So I was sharing my symptoms and people online were like, I think you've got endometriosis. So there's just such a lack of resources and knowledge out there. And it's basically where tissue similar to the lining of your womb grows in other places. So it can grow in any organ. I think the misconception is that it only grows on reproductive organs, but it can grow on your bladder, your bowel, your kidneys. In my recent surgery, they found it on my chest, in my stomach. I know it's been found on the brain before, so it can literally be found anywhere. And so like the lining of your womb, it sheds every month, and obviously you bleed, have a period. This is very similar where that tissue sheds, but obviously there's no release. You don't have a period from it, so there's no release of the blood. So it can just cause horrible symptoms. So I started my period when I was 12 years old, and ever since then, I've just had heavy periods. I've just got progressively worse. And I was just kind of told like it was normal. You're just unfortunate to experience heavy periods. My mum would take me to the doctor. I'd go back and forth to the GP. They put me on contraception really young to try and manage the heavy bleeding, but nothing really worked.
Have you had experience where medical professionals have not been very kind or suggested like other things? I know for me, I've had people say like, oh, you're probably just a bit stressed and it's causing the pain to be worse, or the cramps are probably just a bit more intense than usual because you've got your exams coming up, and just like silly things sort of like throw out there so they don't have to investigate anything. And I don't really understand why, because surely you're in a profession to help people, so it's weird to me that they try and push you away and almost don't listen to it.
It shocks me. I still get shocked, and I don't know why because I'm so used to it, but I still get shocked at these professionals that choose to specialise in gynecology, so women's health, and are still gaslighting us and pushing us away, and it just doesn't make sense. It's like, why don't you care? You chose to like follow this path. But yeah, I've had some awful things said to me over the past, I don't know how long it's been, like 15 years now. I've had it's to do with I'm not going to go into it, but I've had like it's to do with childhood trauma, because you experienced trauma as a child. That's why you're bleeding so much, which just is bizarre to me.
Yeah.
I've had that thrown in my face quite a lot. I've had it's anxiety, it's because of your mental health. And they're saying that these physical symptoms are caused because of my mental health. And I'm like, my brain cannot tell me to bleed heavily and have blood clots and stuff. When I was 17, I bled very heavily constantly for a whole year. And I was just told, oh, you're just unlucky. And yeah, until I had a Mirena coil fitted at the age of 18, just nothing would stop that heavy bleeding constantly for a year. And that bleeding made me very anemic. I was constantly in at hospital because I'm losing so much blood constantly. And no one thought that this was strange. Apart from me and my family, no one, like no professionals really said, like, this is weird. Like, this isn't normal. So
the sun is setting so early. Oh, the sun is just setting so early now. Can't believe it. The SAD is going to creep in, but we keep ourselves busy. We keep looking after our mental health in whatever way, shape or form we can. So by that, I'm actually going out tonight to meet a friend. Her name's Molly. She was actually cousins with my friend that I grew up dancing with, who now lives in Australia, and she's not too far, so I'm gonna cycle to Balham. We're gonna go have a little cozy, or we're gonna meet in a cafe, but I don't want to like wire myself because I've really been sleeping quite bad, so I'm gonna try and get something that's not caffeinated, like maybe a hot chocolate, a chai, and then we're gonna go try somewhere for Burgers. I think Burgers was the place. I can't remember the name, but it's nice because we get to meet at Cafe Nero and I know where that is, so I can cycle there without having to put my phone in the little stretchy thing. Although they're super reliable though, so if you're ever wanting to go on a line bike but you're worried about like locations and not trusting it's like a rubbery thing that goes around the corner of your phone. They've never failed me, and I've had some really bumpy, crazy rides where I've thought, God, my phone's gonna fly out and it's gonna be horrible having to like scramble to get that off the road, but it's never ever happened to me. So definitely trust the line bikes with the rubber ones. I know they sometimes have the like structured ones, which I don't know, I haven't tried them enough to know if they're reliable, but yeah, the rubber ones are fine for those that care. Let's go meet Molly and have a lovely little evening. Aiden's out. He's gone to the Royal Albert Hall, very fancy, to go meet his dad. I think he's for his dad's birthday present or something. They've gone to see some live music, orchestra music at the Royal Albert Hall. I don't know, I'm not too sure, but I know that his dad loves classical music, so I think it's something to do with that. Yeah, sorry.
No, take it.
Oh, I literally had the loveliest night going to see Molly. I only filmed a little snippet because obviously not everyone wants to be online 24/7 like me, but we had the most amazing food, and it was like a burger place. I ended up having one called Steak Bahar, so it was like a spicy, beefy, cheesy pico de gallo burger, and it was phenomenal. It had avocado in as well, which is random because you never really see beef and avocado in dishes, do you? It was very, very tasty, and we both really enjoyed it. And I need to tell you something, this is so exciting. Like, how did I not, it's not even that exciting, I've really bigged that up, so sorry, but like, if you live in London or come into London often or always want cheaper meals in London, then this is for you. So Molly told me about this thing called First Table, and I'd heard of an app called Open Table that I've used before to like find reservations that are available like last minute or whatever in London, which is great. But First Table, oh my god, again, you can do it last minute, but it gives you loads of restaurants that are available on it. You can book in advance, book on the day, obviously depending on availability, and it gives you all of the times that they're not very busy, and they give you 50% off food, like 50% straight up. Not like some places are 50%, all of them are 50%. How incredible is that? And it automatically applies to your bill, so you don't even have to say anything to anyone, which I feel like is such a nice thing. So you'd have to go like, oh, excuse me, I booked on First Table, can you remove the, like, it's just automatically done. If you make sure, obviously, if you go in, you're like, oh yeah, my booking is under this name, so they know, rather than just going in if it's like not busy and just getting a table, and make sure they know it's your booking, and you don't even have to say anything. It's just automatically taken off your bill. So it was super cheap, like proper nice steak burger with like fries, wine to share. Obviously the drink doesn't come under the 50%, and it was like 20 quid, like just over 20 quid. I was so pleased with that. Fine. But yeah, I felt like I was like gagging to tell you when I got back, because I was like, guys, that's so incredible. And I had this really lovely cycle home. Like, it was actually, I sometimes get a bit scared cycling past Clapham Common at night, just because of like all of the haunts of all of the shit that's happened there in the past few years, and I'm just like, oh, I get a bit like scared on my own. But it was actually not too bad, and there was like still quite a lot of people about, so it wasn't too scary. And yeah, it's just nice to feel like the cold air on my skin. Like, I really like it. My lips are hating me for it, but I have been like dosing off my lip balm, so hopefully now I won't get that crazy dryness. Like, it's still there a little bit, but it's definitely getting better. But we're just waiting now for Aiden to get back from his concert thing that he went to with his dad. I hope he's had a wonderful time. I'm sure he has. I also need to give the house a bit of a clean, but I think I'm going to leave that to the morning, because we've got a flat inspection, a property inspection that they do every 6 months, just to make sure we're not like trashing the place up. And to be honest, it would be fair for them to go, yeah, you are trashing the place up, because it's very messy. So yeah, in the morning I'm going to wake up, I'm going to try my very hardest to go for a run with Kelly. But she's now getting up super early, and I'm not a morning bird. I'm not an early riser. So yeah, she's been waking up pumped to go for a run super early, and I am not. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to set my alarm and see what happens. But even if I just go for a little bit and do half of what she's doing, it's still something, and moving my body, especially in the lead up to my surgery. I just want to be the happiest, healthiest, fittest I can possibly be. So I'm going to maybe go for a run, then do a little journaling session, tidy up the flat. The flat inspection should then happen, and then we've got like a lot of random stuff that we're doing tomorrow. So or maybe I just do something nice for myself now, and even just like tidy up the bathroom. I kind of want to like declutter my bathroom and give a lot of products that I'm just not using to friends and family, because I save it because I'm like, I really want to try this, I really want to test this, because I get a lot of like amazing products to test, which I'm so grateful for, but sometimes I like physically cannot. And like I hate opening loads of new stuff and like not getting the use out of it within the time frame period. Not that I'm very strict with it, like I definitely use products that are over there, like use by date for sure. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like I just want to treat my friends and family with some of them. So yeah, I'm gonna maybe have a bit of a clear out, because the bathroom looks really cluttered. A lovely problem to have, but just one that the property inspection man might be like, what is going on in here? It is just chaos. So it's literally midnight, and I've decided to tidy my entire bathroom. So that is what I'm doing. And now I can't stop. You know, when you've like started something, I'm like, well, looks like I can't stop until it's all done. I'm about 3/4 of the way through, I want to say. Like, I've actually smashed through it, to be honest. And it's still not perfect, but we've got somewhere. I've got like a whole bag. Like, this whole bag is filled with stuff that I can give my friends and family. And I'm just still reorganising everything and just making sure there's no out of date products just lying around, because I think that's what I've just been like holding on to, and I'm like, I need to get it gone. But yeah, that is the current situation. It's your sign to declutter an area of your house that you've been putting off for ages, because this wouldn't have been as 10 times as bad as it was if I had just done this in little stages. But I feel like it's just how it goes. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there like me that just leave it, and then it all just gets on top of you. I'm telling myself I won't let it get like this again, but I'm assuming it will. But I better wrap this up so I can carry on, finish this and get to bed so I can get this vlog ready for tomorrow, and also hopefully go for a run in the morning, which is now looking less and less likely as it's going to hit midnight by the time I get into bed. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I will see you next week. No, tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow for another vlog.